Welcome to Drinkin Bros, presented by GhostBed.com. Welcome to Drinkin Bros podcast. We're going to give you another erectional show today. Is that a word, Dan?
Did you say erectional?
Erectional.
What is that? What do you mean? Like, is it meant to cause erections?
Yes. The show itself will give you an erection.
I don't think that's a word. Erectional.
I think it should be. If it isn't,
It doesn't matter,
you know.
really, because I figured out last night that my only real function on any of these shows is to correct the wrong things that you and Jared say, which is really what I've been doing mine and Jared's entire friendship. It's been that. So.
And here we are.
Yeah.
Also, we have found more alien life today, Dan, and that's it. They're among us. They live here, and they're probably trying on clothes. At one of those, like at Carter's. I picture little aliens shopping at Carter's. They probably all wear baby clothes.
What about Baby Gap?
Is that still open?
Is it? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm asking.
I don't know. I don't shop for baby clothes anymore since,
Yeah,
the incident.
Since Cuties came out on Netflix.
Yeah.
People are really starting to question it now. If a single man with a beard walks in and starts buying baby clothes.
People are really starting to question why all of these media outlets are writing articles in defense of that, actually.
I am too, and I can't figure it out.
No.
A lot of them that I read over the weekend have said, if you watched it, I think you'd have a different opinion. No, I did watch it, and I definitely don't have another opinion.
No, one of the things that I heard was that, it's kind of pointing out the fact that children are being over-sexualized. That's the whole point. In order to point out this massive problem that's leading to children getting abused, you abused children.
Right.
Got it.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and wrap that up.
That's Hollywood for you, though. You know what I'm saying? They've always got their finger on the pulse of how to end pedophilia, or whatever the opposite of that is. That whole fucking thing, man. I checked it out on Netflix, and I don't get it. I don't even know how that makes your programming, especially in a day and age where they're pulling down movies to add disclaimers to them. So Blazing Saddles is the latest, right? They put a disclaimer in front of Blazing Saddles now on HBO Max, which I called this 2 years ago. I said, look, man, they'll probably end up just pulling it in a few years, so you might as well start buying DVDs. We actually met a guy at the live show on Saturday who had said, hey, man, I started buying all you guys' old movies and DVDs and just stashing them because they'll probably be ripped down soon. And I was like, I imagine. The one with the Blazing Saddles thing is the woman from AMC or what's the fucking network where they sit in a chair and kind of go over describe to you in a very old fashioned. Here's the movie you're going to see tonight, and it's this and this and this. So they cut her in to give the intro to Blazing Saddles, and then saying the following movie was. Yeah. Shot during a different time. I don't remember what it's called, but remember that there's an episode of Chappelle's Show where he parodied that. Yes. If you remember.
Correct. It was with you had a gay dude and a black dude and an Asian dude that were auditing the movie. And
Yeah. So that's what they have in front of Blazing Saddles, saying it was a different time and people of other races treat each other differently. And I mean, it's just a crock of shit. Same with Gone with the Wind, right? Where they put that up, the disclaimer now that says this was shot during a time period where things were different and whatever the fuck's going on. You have disclaimers for Gone with the Wind, which won multiple Oscars. Blazing Saddles, which is one of the greatest comedies of all time. But you don't have one for Cuties on Netflix?
Yeah. Well, I mean, look, kids aren't important. People's feelings are.
I guess
Clearly.
So. Yeah.
If kids were important, it would matter when gang members kill black children in the fucking streets, right? But that doesn't matter. It only matters if I say it does.
Yeah. It's just, dude, shit just keeps getting more odd and weird by the day. And I've come to expect it now. I'm just like, all right, well, I guess that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying?
Everything is dumb.
Everything is dumb. Like these cops who got shot out in Compton. What the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah, I mean, look, there was a guy. I'm going to pull it up now because Drinkin Bros fans and fans of Mike the Cop have been torching this guy repeatedly. Hold on, let me see. His name is Chris Eagle. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if this is true, but there's some other story out there about how he was a felon for embezzlement in Michigan. Then he moved to Florida to run for Congress or some shit like that. So he's got a weird history. But here's somebody posted, or he reposted the video on it looked like on his Facebook page. Yeah, it's Christopher Eagle, spelled the traditional ways. He's running for Florida's 4th district. So it's a video, or at least a screenshot of the fucking person shooting into the cop car, which we've all seen by now. And it says, "Where's the video of what happened before this? I don't think we should prejudge this without full context. We can't rely solely on edited video that only shows the shooting. You may just be releasing the clip to inflame the public. How do you know it wasn't justified?" So under what circumstances would it be justified for some dum-dum to basically stalk up on a parked police car and then shoot both people in the face?
What I can't name one, Dan.
I mean, under what circumstances would that be okay? Even if they had just shot at him or robbed him, now they're sitting in their car.
Right.
Like if he was a cop or a regular civilian or anything like that, whatever aggressor laws were in play would have been, like, there's literally no justification for what this guy said.
No.
Even if there was some kind of weird niche justification, still what he's saying is really fucking stupid. Uh-huh. So his Instagram is at Chris Eagle, the number 4 Congress. And you can go fucking destroy this piece of shit because everybody else is right now.
Yeah, man. I mean, I saw this story and I kept reading and I was like, man, there's got to be something else here, right? I like, there has to be something else here to make a statement like that. I was like, maybe I'll scroll through the article and find something that I was missing. But no, and I'll look. I'm gonna read their tweets here. So this was from the LA County Sheriff's Office, September 12th, which was obviously Saturday. It says, moments ago, 2 of our sheriff deputies were shot in Compton and were transported to a local hospital. They're both still fighting for their lives, so please keep them in their thoughts and prayers. We will update this thread with more information as it becomes available. Then the next tweet was, I guess protesters had showed up at the hospital chanting, "I hope they die."
Yeah.
And blocking other ambulances from actually entering the hospital where people were trying to get treatment. And they had to make another tweet that said, "Hey guys, if we could move the protest somewhere else and the chanting of 'I hope they die' maybe across the street so we can let other ambulances in for other victims, that would be great." The fact that you even have to send that tweet out and ask for that is absolutely fucking insane to me. Yeah. And I wrote back to them on Twitter and I just said, I hope you guys walk out. I'd love for these fucking idiots just to see what it's like to be with the police. You were over at my house last night. We were watching the Cowboys game. Mm-hmm. We had a barbecue at my house. You had said something interesting. It was a joke, but well, I mean,
it is and it isn't, right?
Yeah. Tell the audience what you said. If somebody punches you.
No, here's my question to anybody. Let's say you come up to me and you say, "Hey, defund the police," and I punch you in the face. Who do you call?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to call the police?
Who do you call if you get punched in the face, or do you not call anyone to just take the fucking ass beating?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a fair question.
Yeah,
to be honest. And as for these turds blocking the hospital, I could tell you what I would have done. I would have driven over the top of them, every single one of them.
Oh yeah.
If my buddy's in the car dying and you're in my way to get there, and I mean, if you're in the way because you're in the way, that's one thing. If you're in the way because you're trying to stop me, I will fucking kill you where you stand.
Yeah,
absolutely, to save my friend's life. So, good luck with all that bullshit. I mean, these people, it's one thing to fucking be a dick and protest and try to intimidate and all this other stuff, but when it starts becoming a risk to my personal safety and the personal safety of people I'm responsible for, then you're going to get fucked up.
And Compton itself is hard enough to live in, and not only that, work a police beat in the city of Compton. Let's face it, that's probably the last job you want to be handed. You know, as soon as you come out of the police academy, is, hey, you're going to Compton, because I believe one of the guys was 23 and the other one was 24.
I think I don't remember now. I think the guy was older, or the
cops.
one, I think the woman was older. I think
the cops themselves.
Yeah, I think the woman was like 29. The dude was 24, or something like that. And they had both just been on the job for a short amount of time.
Yeah, a few months, and it's like, dude, what are we doing? And if any place needs police, it's Compton. Otherwise, you become Chicago. You become Chirac. You become the south side of Chicago.
Yeah.
And you can see how much fun that is. Or maybe just pick up the phone or tweet or however you would like to contact them and ask them their advice on what it's like when you don't have police in your community.
Yeah, I think we're getting really close to the point where there should be a nationwide police strike.
That's what I say.
It's gotten to the point where, and look, it would be you'd have to be careful about doing something like that, because like we've said before, all this nonsense doesn't really represent the will of the people at large. Even in black communities, every study survey we've seen shows that black people want the same amount or more cops in their neighborhoods, right?
Right.
So it's just not true that they don't want that.
Right.
It's statistically speaking, it's untrue. So a nationwide walkout would be one thing, but I really think that in places like Portland and LA and Seattle, people should just fucking. I think these cops should just leave.
I would love to see it. I would love. You know what I would love? I would love Trump to fund it, and just say, "Hey, man,
personally,
yes, for 1 week, just fund the police for 1 week, and say, hey, guys, all of you are taking the week off.
Yeah,
911 operators, everybody, unless it's hey, I'm having a heart attack or something like that, right? Any form of crime, let them fend for themselves." Whatever happens, happens. And then after a week, let's see how your fucking attitude changes without zero police for a week. Just to see what happens. I think that would be the best experiment we could possibly do as a nation with, 330 million people. Let's just see what it's like without police for 1 full week. And then try to figure it out.
It would be a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
Right? Particularly in those places like in Portland, Seattle, Chicago, etc. I mean, and it's a confluence of things. It's not just the people. It's the mayors and the governors in some places, like in Michigan. Whitmer's pretty bad. The governor of Illinois is kind of a knucklehead. Obviously, all the leadership in Oregon and in Washington State, unless you go east, are knuckleheads. So, it's a confluence of factors. So it's not just the people you can blame it on. But if I am, for example, I think this would be an interesting thing to do. All the people on the state police or whomever it is, like in California, it's CHP, whomever provides personal security for the governors and the mayors should fucking walk off the job right now.
Yeah.
Like fucking take your fucking service weapon out, rack a round in, hand it to the person, and just walk the fuck away. Like, hey, you got it. You didn't have my back, so why the fuck do I have yours? And walk right the fuck out of there. That might be a little bit better than just pulling police off the streets.
Yeah, a lot of people were asking us through social media about that billboard in Austin about the defund the police one. Be careful because
even Governor Wheelchair is not putting up with that bullshit.
No. But they were like, look,
I saw him by the way the other day.
Coming in.
He was
in
going
real
up
life.
He was going up and down the streets, doing a wheelie on his, just yelling wheelchair the whole time. I was like, wow, does he watch the show? So apparently Governor Abbott watches the show. I didn't know.
He's a big fan. He's a big fan of the show. Is he up for re-election this cycle?
I don't know. Who the fuck knows?
If so, Abbott, you're welcome to wheel in here, man. We'll have you on.
Yeah, I'll jump in the wheelchair with you.
Yeah.
We'll reel around. We'll have a race. I bet he could whip me in a race.
For Giorgio, you won't need to add an extra chair.
Do you think there's some? Yeah, that's true.
And you just wheel up right behind the desk. And we're good to go.
Do you think? Do you think this is gonna be bad? Do you think because people in wheelchairs use their arms to move around, right?
Yes.
So do you think he's got big Popeye forearms, and what does that mean for what does that mean for his penis? Like, is he tearing that thing to pieces every day or what?
Is he married?
If he's pounding off, I don't know. I mean, I assume he is, right?
Well, look, in FDR American Badass, there was a very famous line where FDR asked if his cock would work if he was still in a wheelchair.
Yeah, and he was like, kill me if it doesn't.
Correct.
Yeah.
First question I would ask Governor Abbott if he was on this show. Hey, man, did your penis work before we get into the political stuff here, or is that thing not?
I think that's a fair question to ask. Look, it's anytime somebody's running for office, I think it's important for them to demonstrate that they are medically sound.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could trust a male leader that couldn't bust nuts.
Sure.
I mean? That would be weird for me.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let me ask you this: then, has there been a leader in our history of this country who has not been able to bust nuts?
Probably not of the whole country. I mean, maybe Jimmy Carter is a giant pussy.
I see the difference of being a giant pussy and not being able to physically bust nuts.
Mm-hmm.
We should have Jack Mandeville back on, aka Big Cums, and see what he has to say about it. But I think most wars and everything else are created, because of wanting to bust nuts. You
think so?
Yeah.
That could be true. Yeah.
Napoleon, all he wanted to do was bust nuts. Hitler.
No, I don't know about Hitler. He did get rejected by women a lot, but he ended up fucking his cousin. But so did Albert Einstein.
Okay.
So maybe it's just a German thing.
Maybe
German, Austrian, Swiss, whatever the fuck, right?
Look, they're big into scat porn over there, so that definitely does not surprise me. But we'll see. Look, Governor Abbott, if you're out there, you want to roll on down to the show, we'd love to have you and help your campaign.
Roll on down, like not a pun. Literally roll on down.
Literally roll on down. Roll on in. We have a wheelchair access out of the back of this place too. So
we do. That door's locked, but we'll knock it down for the governor.
Yeah, for the governor. If the governor's here, we'll knock down that door. That's what we do for governors and people in power. We will tear down those doors for you to come on in here, and then obviously ask if your penis is going to work.
Yeah. Hey, before we get started, do your dick work? Just say it like that, because the tone and cadence will also confuse him. I think that'll you'll catch him off guard, and he'll be like, yeah, excuse me. He'll answer first and then say excuse me. So you'll get the real answer. Or it'll be, if he pauses too long, then you know that his dick's also in a wheelchair.
Yeah. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. I like the voice you just did, though. It reminded me of my favorite scene of Paul Walker. R.I.P., by the way. Again, his birthday was 47th, was over the weekend. When he said, nah, cuh, don't worry about it, cuh.
Yeah.
He suddenly turned black in Fast and the Furious. And
wait, which one? First one?
Or
the second one, because Tyrese will do that.
They're on 9 right now.
Tyrese will do that to you. Like he is a very beautiful looking man. I feel like he can really trick you into doing some stuff.
He's crazy as shit too, by the way.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, mentally crazy.
Didn't they have to shoot a lot of stuff separately because he was such an asshole or something like that?
Well, so he got into it with The Rock on that.
That's right. That was in 3, right? Or 3 or 4? 4.
Who knows, man?
Yeah, 4. 3's Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
So 4.
But with The Rock, so they were pissed because they'd been doing this franchise for I think it was 7 movies they'd been doing it, right? With Vin Diesel and all this shit. And everybody had kind of just ceded power to Vin Diesel on that because they let him become a producer. He was making $30 million a movie on it. And he was, Vin Diesel, I think, is like 55 years old now. For real.
Have you seen, isn't there some new picture of him with hair or some shit?
Yeah, he did a movie where they wigged him up. Yeah.
It looks... Vin Diesel in a wig.
It's weird.
It's like, I don't know.
It's like Jason Whitman.
It'd be like John Wayne in drag.
Yeah.
Like it's just unsettling. I don't want to see that. I want to see the Vin Diesel that I want to see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like Dominic Toretto. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Or Xander Cage or whatever the fuck.
Super fucking strange.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Super strange. But with that being said, once The Rock came on, The Rock was such a huge movie star that they started building out that schedule of all the other Fast and Furious around The Rock's movie schedule. Well, Tyrese wanted to get paid because Tyrese is doing one movie a year, and it's The Fast and the Furious. Now, when they push that, Tyrese does not get paid. So he was fucking livid, wanted The Rock to go fuck himself.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah. He was even crying on TMZ and Instagram. Like, I mean, he went through a full fucking meltdown. He's had a couple kids and wasn't going to be able to pay child support and everything else. Now, the one positive thing I will say about Tyrese is he has a Benihana's in his backyard. You heard that correctly.
So you can buy a Benihana's franchise, or Tyrese can buy a Benihana franchise?
So it is the full hibachi grill from Benihana's.
But it's not like actual Benihana's, right?
He had one of the designers from Benihana's build this grill and this hibachi grill in his backyard. So he hires like chefs from Benihana's to come and cook over there sometimes on the grill, which is a massive power move.
I'm not mad at that. Actually, I like that.
Me neither.
I might end up doing something similar. To
and especially in LA where the weather's nice all the time, if you can just roll out because it's in the backyard.
Well, even if it's outdoor with one of those,
it's outdoor.
Well,
yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's a grill, so it's going to be warm there. But if you just have space heaters around, in LA it doesn't rain.
Yeah,
so.
but he's got the cover over it and everything.
Yeah.
So he has full-on hibachi parties. And I'll be real with you, if I only had to eat hibachi food every day for the rest of my life,
I'd do that.
I'd be totally fine with it.
I mean, come on. You can cook anything on those.
Yes.
I mean, a hibachi grill is not that far away from the grills that are in diners like Waffle House and shit.
Yeah.
You can cook pretty much anything on there. You just need those you need those mason trials to sit on top of the bacon so it flattens out. That's the best thing about Waffle House, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Aside from the people watching and all the weird shit that's going on in there, the fact that the bacon gets cooked properly is very important for me. And that shows you where I am in life and what's important to me.
I am a gigantic fan of not only Benihana's, but obviously Waffle House.
Yeah. I mean, look, we should do a fucking mashup, a Benihana's Waffle House.
Well, you know I did the Waffle House waitress song. I've not done one for Benihana's.
Can you imagine getting a Libs patty melt and they're ting, 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 just doing that bullshit all the time?
Oh, boy.
Right?
That
And then
would be
6
my dream.
fucking dumb drunk people walk in and... I mean, it would be perfect. You got to have the ambiance, too. You can't just be the food.
Yeah.
You need all of it.
Yeah. You need everything that Benihana's and Waffle House provides.
There's some dude
obviously.
bleeding out in the corner.
I will say this, though. Look, you take a girl to Benihana's. I remember, like, that was like kind of like your first big boy date where you're looking at a tab of a hundo at Benihana's, right? It's going to get a little pricey. If you add a couple drinks in there, you're going to be right around $100, and you're like, oh, shit. And the standard joke back then was if you're going to Benihana's, you're getting laid that night, obviously.
Right.
So.
I mean, I usually spend $100 on myself at dinner.
Yeah, you do.
Because I eat 3 meals.
You eat 3 meals by yourself.
Well, 2.5
yeah.
typically.
Yeah.
But, I think this is a good idea. Benihana's Waffle House.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Right? Benny House. And it's you can order either thing.
Ooh, that'd be
Right?
great.
It's like
but it's all cooked in front of you the same way.
Yeah, but it's like those Taco Bell, KFC, Pizza
I don't
Hut
know.
mashups.
Yeah. So because I remember when the Taco Bell and the Pizza Hut combined at the drive-thru, and that was one of the greatest things of all time.
Yeah.
This Benihana's Waffle House idea though might be better, man. And because I'm going to be honest, I don't know what I choose first.
I mean, it depends.
Gun to head, if you got both coming off of that hibachi grill, are you getting Waffle House food or Benihana's?
It depends on what I've had to eat that day, I suppose, right? Already.
Yeah.
But also how hungry I am and what not only whether or not I'm drunk, because I'm probably drunk, but what I got drunk on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if I was drinking something classy, I got to go Benihana. If I was drinking fucking White Claw all day, I'm probably going to go with Waffle House.
But let's say you're getting that steak, right? That sirloin steak there that Benihana's has.
Yeah.
I'd almost replace that rice with hash browns and some cheese on that, and then mix that meat inside of that. Forget it, dude.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, the combos are endless that you could come up with that. I'm a huge fan. Huge fan. By the way, the Venus thing I want to talk about.
Yeah.
Because this is real. Everybody's talking about this right now. They found this gas that exists.
Phosphine. It's phosphate gas, but it's in a certain form, right?
Right.
I'm not going to talk about chemistry here today because we don't need to get into that. But yes, they found a gas that is typically only present when life is also present. And there's no reason, based on what we know about Venus right now, to think that it would exist naturally without life, right? But look, there's different things going on. There could be some kind of shit going on there that we just don't know about, some kind of geological process that we're unfamiliar with. But that seems unlikely. The science is suggesting that there's probably either was or is some kind of life there. But remember what life means.
Right.
It's anything. Like even on Earth, there's something called extremophiles, and they are creatures that can live like really far down in the ocean under immense pressure. They're creatures that live in lava, in like hot springs, and fucking like the boiling fucking mud and stuff like that. They're little tiny creatures that live in this stuff. Another thing to keep in mind is that Venus used to look like Earth until there was a runaway greenhouse effect, right? So it used to be like they're called twin planets, right? So Venus used to look more like Earth than it does right now. Then there was a runaway greenhouse effect. The atmosphere vaporized, or the atmosphere got really thick, rather, and trapped all the heat inside, and now it's like 900 degrees Fahrenheit on the surface. But before that, it was not always the same, right? I mean, Earth's been around for 4.5 billion years, and so is Venus.
Right. And so that's what I wonder when I read articles like this, when they were like, oh, well, it could exist here. Like, the aliens that we want, you and I, right? 2 arms, 2 legs.
Right. They would come from the aliens.
These would be like amoebas, right? Like the size of like bugs and shit, right?
Yeah, but I mean, the reason that scientists are so keen on proving that is that if one other form of life other than on Earth exists, then we know there's tons of life out there, right? Because just the immensity of the universe, there's 2 trillion galaxies in the known universe. Mm-hmm. Each galaxy has somewhere between 100 and 400 billion stars, and usually they have somewhere around 10,000 planetary systems that can support life in each one of these. So 2 trillion times 10,000. That's how many probable locations of life there are in the known universe right now. It's quite a bit.
Right. Look, me personally, I don't care about the amoebas and all this other bullshit, right?
No.
Find me a little green man, and then I will be amped about it. Otherwise, when I read these splashy headlines here that say we found aliens and everything else, and I can't get my dick hard over something like that.
No, I mean, look, if we do run into something that's advanced life, it's going to be a lot older than we are, which means it's going to come from somewhere far away, which means they've also figured out things about physics that we don't understand. You know what I mean? Like one of the presumptions is, well, not a presumption. It's an absolute fact that to have traveled here in the first place, they would have to have technology beyond our understanding. Some stuff that we know about theoretically but can't prove, some stuff that we wouldn't have no idea about in general, like the idea of warping space-time using gravity and shit like that. We know that it's theoretically possible. Could a human being exist through that process and not get fucking ripped to shreds, right? We don't know that. And we don't know how we would create that much energy without fucking something else up. So that's why when everybody talks about have aliens visited Earth, I think if they have, they would be sophisticated technologically enough that we wouldn't even notice, to be honest, unless they want us to.
Yeah, and until then, like, dude, I don't give me your fucking bug theories. You know, I'm all done with that. Like, I want people walking around on other planets, and I want to see a fucking body at this point. Stop with the amoebas and that there's other life forms and everything. Like, no, give me the real deal.
Well, I mean, it would be interesting.
Give me a little 3-footer.
It would be interesting, but I think. Can you imagine? Have you ever looked at some of the creatures that exist in the ocean and how fucking crazy they look? Like any animal or humanoid or whatever the fuck it is that came here and we saw it, it would be jarring, to say the least. Yeah,
but I want to see it as long as it looks like some form of a dude, you know, like a
humanoid is the word for that.
Yeah, well, whatever, man. Some form of dude. I want to see that. The rest of the bugs and shit, like, I really don't care. I saw some weird bugs in Texas here that I've never seen before in my life. You know?
Yeah, there's some weird stuff cruising around here.
Yeah, dude. Like, I'm all good on the bugs and all that other shit from, like, where I want to see the body. Give me something on 2 legs.
Yeah.
You know, or 3.
I'd like to see that.
Yeah, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for the party. I'm not here for looking in a petri dish.
No, I'm not trying to get teased. I'm trying to get my dick wet.
Yeah, dude.
And to be honest, it would be really hard as like I am a man of science, but it would still be kind of difficult to not try to bang that alien.
Obviously.
You know what I mean?
Obviously for
like
you
would want to establish diplomatic relations first, but you don't want potential invasive species or antagonistic species, their first experience with you to be getting butt fucked, right?
Yeah.
So you want to work it out, take them to dinner, maybe to Benihana, something like that.
Yeah, a little Benihana.
But after that, game on.
Yeah,
dude.
game on.
Yeah.
Game on. Like we're all good to go. Speaking of Venus, look, this Elon Musk thing with SpaceX.
Mm-hmm.
They think that they can launch and go to Mars within 4 years.
Right.
Is that possible?
If Elon Musk says it's possible, it's possible. Look, in what was it, 1961, JFK said we're going to go to the moon, and within 8 years, it happened. And we had no idea how to get there at the beginning. We used Newtonian physics, which at the time were 400 years old to do it. You know what I mean? So, yes, the answer is yes.
Okay. Because today he just announced that they'll take a test flight sometime next week in a new rocket, and the plan is for the rocket to soar up to 60,000 feet and then return to Earth in a controlled landing. Man, Mars in 4 years, though. That's pretty gnarly, right? How long did it take the rover to get there?
I think it takes about 3 to 9 months, depending on the speed. Hang on.
That's not terrible, I guess.
Let's see. 10 months, yeah.
Okay.
7 to 10 months for a rover, for a typical rover. So we'll see. I mean, that's not that long for human beings to travel, and that's one of the problems, by the way, with interstellar travel, is that it would be, for at least with our current technology, it would be a generational thing. Mm-hmm. It would be 1,000 years before we reached whatever the fuck we were going for, even if we were able to get up to these really high speeds. When did Discovery get launched? In the 70s, right?
Yeah, I believe so. 4 years, though. I actually think this can be accomplished. I mean, you're super close at this point. Like,
not Discovery.
He also said that in the past that his starships, they'll be able to carry as many as 100 people at a time to the moon. So he says the ultimate goal is to carry people and their cargo to the Mars and back and have life there.
Voyager, that's the one.
So
so it's
if you haven't seen it, by the way, a picture of this it's called the SN8 Starship. Whoever's naming this shit needs to come up with some snappier titles.
Yeah, they need to get their marketing team involved in that.
Yeah, because it looks really fucking cool. By the way, I'm looking at the picture of it now, and
the big cones.
they're calling it a nose cone on the end of this thing. Whatever it is, man, it looks really fucking cool, and they're gonna blast this thing out. I think you can do it, actually.
I believe in Elon Musk.
I did too, man. I'm all in on Musk on this shit. Mm-hmm. He's one of the very few people in this world, when he talks about doing crazy shit like this, I believe it. Mm-hmm. Shit, to this day. I mean, last night, Josh Harkis, he's got that Tesla X, right?
Yeah.
He got it like 3 or 4 years ago,
right?
And that is still the greatest car that I've seen made, and the most comfortable to travel in and not look at the road and worry about anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's he's definitely changed the game. I mean, you tell a guy like Elon Musk you can't do something, and he's just going to go do it. Yeah, because he doesn't like being told that he can't do something.
But it's another thing, man, to keep backing it up with all this shit. Like, boy, I mean, it's between the cars and the rockets and all this other shit. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know where the flamethrower, where does one have the time for all of this, you know?
Well, I don't think Elon Musk is sitting in a lab with a fucking lab coat on, drawing on a chalkboard. He's just like finds the best people and is like, make this. Yeah. And they're like, well, we can't because of this. And he solves this. That's what he does. He solves problems that are in the way of really smart people making technological advances, whether it's money or working with the government. Like the deal between SpaceX SpaceX and NASA is unprecedented. The ability, like they basically developed these trials that they had to pass to get certified to fly certain types of missions as contractors for NASA. I mean, nobody would have ever even thought about doing that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
To privatize space travel. So he was just like, people are like, oh, you can't do that. And he asked why. Yeah. And they can't, if there's not a good enough reason why, then he will fucking do it.
Yeah.
Right? So that is what it is. It's Elon Musk.
I'd love to get him on the show, by the way. It would be great. God damn it, it would be awesome. By the way, McGregor got tested on his yacht the other day. From USADA, so maybe he's not retired.
He also got arrested
the very next day, which is what I wanted.
What was he, pissing outside or something? It was for like public indecent exposure or some stupid shit like that. So he was probably pissing on the side of a building because he's a drunk Irish bitch. You know what I mean? Like me. Yeah. I pissed outside a lot of times, so I know.
Same.
I thought about it yesterday. I was at the...
I pissed outside my own house last night.
Yeah, that was your house, though. I was in downtown Austin. And I was at the vet waiting for my dogs, and the people took forever. I sat there for an hour waiting for them just to come outside and grab my dog. So... after that, I'm pacing because I'm drinking a lot of water to get ready for this event tomorrow with Rob O'Neill and Kid Rock. By the way, Kid Rock announced that he's going to do a MAGA rally
with Trump tonight
in Michigan. Yeah,
tonight. Yeah.
Anyways, it's. I've been drinking a lot of water, so I'm just like pacing around, and I'm like, "Fuck, I better do something here." But I held it. I put a clip on the end, chip clip on the end.
Yeah. So you're good to go.
Yeah.
Here's what they're saying about McGregor. They're accusing him of attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition. So that means he's probably putting his penis on display.
Yeah. I mean, Nick Swartzen used to do that thing where he would pull his dick over his wrist and say, "Hey, have you seen my watch?"
Yeah. Which I'm always a huge fan of.
That was a big thing back in the 90s. I don't know if people really do it anymore. Apparently, Conor McGregor does.
They didn't. I put it in this new book though, because I'm a huge fan of that, and it always made me laugh. It never not made me laugh. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about male nudity?
Yeah. But especially the cock watch.
Well, luckily Ray Cash Care is going to be at the show.
We'll be there tomorrow.
Too,
yeah.
So I'm sure you'll see at least somebody's penis.
Yeah. So here's what we know. A person filed a complaint against McGregor on Thursday accusing him of attempted sexual assault and sexual exhibition. And he was arrested and placed in custody. He was released on Saturday. Reps for McGregor saying no charges have been filed at this point, and he adamantly denies the allegations.
Where did this
against him. He was in Corsica.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
He's not going to get arrested there. They're not going to do anything in Corsica.
I mean, he did. He got arrested.
I mean, yeah, but he's not going to get charged in Corsica. Come on.
You know how pissed off you'd be if you were in Corsica and then got arrested there?
Yeah. I mean, well, he's rich, so it doesn't matter. But
I guess, but it's still the time. I always look at it from a time perspective of like, how much time is that I'm going to have to spend and then deal with his shit and then answer questions and everything else? Like, I just want to move on with my fucking life. Yeah. You know? That's my biggest thing in this world is it's always time to me.
Yeah,
I just don't want my time wasted.
I pay for convenience all the time, sometimes to my own peril. Like when we were in Vegas earlier this year, I paid $60 to get across the street because I couldn't remember where the other hotel was. And I was pissed off because the Uber situation was all fucky. So I'm like, fuck this. And just like grabbed everybody with me and dragged them into the fucking car. Like, we're going over here. And I've been made fun of for, let's see, how long has that been? 8 months. For eight consecutive months, I hear about it at least once a week.
So good.
God damn it.
So fucking good. We got some sponsors to put this whole shit wagon on the air. First and foremost, ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. 30% off if you're a member of the military, a first responder, work for the government, or you're a teacher, which is nice. School is back in. My oldest son is finally back in school today.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
He was excited about it yesterday because Josh Harkis taught him a new magic trick.
Yeah.
How to put a pencil through his eye.
Put his eye. No, it was.
It was
Xander's
Renee.
girlfriend.
Renee, did that. Yeah.
So that's a nice thing, and I'm sure we'll get a call from the teachers today.
Yeah.
But he is back in school, so that's great, man. If you're a teacher out there, feel free to use this 30% off. That's every item in the store: pillows, sheets, mattresses, adjustable bases, everything of the sort. And if you're a regular dumb civilian like myself, still get 25% off, which is fucking awesome. And you're getting 2 free pillows with a mattress right now. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros is the best in the business. And as always, they got a 36-month pay-as-you-go program, no interest at ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros. And they're the best. That's it, the best in the biz. Brooke was here over the weekend, and I accidentally left my fucking ghost pillows at the old house in North Carolina, and I had her ship them.
Oh, that's
here, which was nice. So
that's good. Yeah, you don't want to leave home without those.
No. Next up, we got expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. D'Anthony.
Yep.
If we can get cuties on Netflix here, imagine what we can get in these other countries, you know? It's crazy, right? It's crazy.
Yeah.
If you're out of content here, and clearly people aren't watching the NFL, as the ratings were down a total of 28% this weekend over last season.
And NBA is down 30.
Yeah. People are watching a lot of Netflix. You're probably out of your queue, and you're looking for other queues. At expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros, you can go there and watch Netflixes from around the world, Hulu's, all that other shit. It will also helps you protect all your passwords, bank accounts, all that other stuff. It is a seamless app that runs in the background of all your electronic devices, iPhones, iPads, laptops, desktops, you name it, hard tops, soft tops. It'll be there. Best in the biz, $7 a month, man. Everybody has a VPN right now. You should too. If you sign up for a year, you get 3 months for free at expressvpn.com/Drinkin Bros. Last but not least, Anthony, we got liquidiv.com. Yay.
I'm all hopped up on it right now.
Bro, we've been drinking it for 2 days now at this point, getting ready for this Kid Rock thing. And man, I got some of my drink today. We've gone completely sober for this for 2 days.
I didn't drink yesterday, and I'm not going to drink today.
Yeah, me neither. 2 days. So we've gone sober for 2 days, and we want to be praised like we should for this. And we've been crushing Liquid IV. Here's the thing. It gets you hydrated twice as fast. It's a little packet. You just pour it in your drink, and you're good to go. Right now with the promo code Drinkin Bros, you get 25% off. It's fucking awesome at liquidiv.com. Dude, I was using this in my neighbor's house. I told this story a couple of times before, but dude, it works so great when I was hungover. I was like, fuck. I order it by the bags, which they have now. They have bags. They have boxes of it. They're phenomenal. I think the president was on Drinkin Broettes too, man.
Yeah, he's gonna come on here.
Yeah,
sometime soon.
Dude, we are gigantic fans of Liquid IV.
Yeah, it's a great product. It really is.
Shit fucking works.
I mean, it's cellular transport technology. It's science. It's so the way they figured out the way that water bonds to your bloodstream, and they facilitated that process. There's a lot of anytime you combine two chemicals, whether it's a chemical into your body that goes through your like liver, kidneys, pancreas, everything else, or how like if you're just mixing two chemicals together, like gas and fire, there's a chemical reaction, and there's a energy yield. That's how that's how a combustion engine works, right? So there's loss, 30% loss usually there, and then in other places there's huge losses. So they figured out how to decrease the yield, essentially, or increase the yield, so you get more water into your actual bloodstream without drinking more water.
Correct.
Right. Yeah. I know that sounds wonky, but it actually makes sense. So because there's a lot of products out there that make claims about stuff, and you're like, that doesn't really make sense.
Yeah.
Like that science doesn't add up, but this does, and that's why we work with them, because it works.
It's great, man. Again, go to liquidiv.com, promo code Drinkin Bros, 25% off there. I'm looking forward to Nashville tomorrow. I don't know what to expect.
It's going to be fun. Yeah, I don't know what to expect either. Here's what's happening, though. We're going to be out on the 9th hole of this golf course.
Correct.
With some tequila distributor, which is, I think that Lauren Manley did that to us on purpose.
Yeesh.
Because she knows we're a bunch of drunk assholes, and she's trying to, I don't know if she thinks she's helping. But
Definitely
we don't
not.
need any help getting fucked up.
No.
Okay? But it seems like it might be a good day.
So does that mean everybody who's stopping by is going to want to do shots of tequila?
Probably, yeah.
Yikes.
I mean, it's only going to last for 8 hours. Come on.
That's a long fucking time. How many people are in the tournament?
I don't know. I don't know how long it's actually going to last. All I know is that it's going to last for a while, and I'm going to be drinking the whole time.
Well, for sure.
So the show, we're going to do a show. Actually, we're going to try to go live, if not the whole time, at least some.
Yes. Yeah. And well, I don't know. It depends. I think I don't think the Wi-Fi will reach that far, to be honest, to do it live. But I can tell you this: there's a bunch of celebrities playing. We're going to try to get them all on the show.
Yeah.
And then probably break it up into a couple episodes here, so we can get everybody on. And again, trying to get Kid Rock on the show, and some others. And it should be a fucking blast. But I never know what to expect going into these things, because this the golf tournament's on a Tuesday.
I mean, it's a mixture of military supporting celebrities and like operator veterans.
Yeah.
So it's like the Drinkin Bros, a bunch of operators, and a bunch of celebrities that support the military.
Right.
That's who's going to be here.
Yeah.
So it's like fuck.
People be getting rocked.
Because none of those people don't drink.
No, dude, you shouldn't.
So
yeah.
Fuck. I mean,
Jared will be there.
Yeah, Jared's coming.
Ray Cash Care will be there.
Jason Rao from Breaking Benjamin.
Yep, he will be there.
And Ray and who else? The country singer. What's his name again? Michael Ray is going to be there.
Okay.
A bunch of other country guys are supposed to be there, but they won ACM, so congratulations to all those guys for your award.
Was it on last night?
I think they filmed tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's right.
So I think they filmed part of it tomorrow, and Tim Kreger is asking if Tim Montana's going to be there. No, unfortunately, he's got to go do an event for one of his new singles that's coming out, so keep an eye out for that.
Cool.
We love Tim.
Yeah, we're big fans of Tim Montana.
Actually, he's just FaceTiming Jessie yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Or 2 days ago with her sister.
With her sister, yeah. I don't know how who knows anymore.
Everybody in Nashville knows each other, I think.
That's what I feel like.
Yeah. Because they're all hanging out all the time, like fucking Charlie Sheen and Jason and Michael Ray and Kid Rock and Rob and all these guys. They all just kind of fucking hang out together. And I don't know. No complaints for me. I love all those people, so let's fucking do this.
Yeah. And then we got a little bit of breaking news here. Do you remember Andrew Gillum, the former Democratic candidate who was running for governor of Florida? They were big on him for a while, right? I think he was up against that DeSantis guy or whatever it was. He lost. Today he came out as bisexual, which is nice.
Good for him.
And
I feel like that's a cheat code, man.
Yeah, right? He says, to be very honest with you, I guess somebody asked him about it, and he said, to be very honest with you, when you didn't ask the question, you put it out there as whether or not I identify as gay. He says, I don't. The answer to the question is I don't identify as gay, but I do identify as bisexual.
Right.
And that is something that I have never shared publicly before.
Well, didn't this all go back to him getting found by paramedics fucking hammered off his ass in a hotel room with a gay prostitute? Maybe it wasn't a gay prostitute, but it was other dudes or something like that. I don't remember how it went down.
Correct. So there was a February incident in which he was found, the police call it inebriated, but he was fucking housed. And he was, they thought they were responding to a possible drug overdose in a Miami hotel room.
I see.
Which, look, if you're in Miami, we've all been there.
Yeah.
Boy.
I mean, go watch the Cocaine Cowboys documentary.
That's the drug overdose capital of the world. So that is not surprising whatsoever.
Not at all. I mean, look, hopefully he's having a good time. He went on to say something about, let's see what he said. Oh, here it is. What was most hurtful was this belief that I was somehow living a lie in my marriage and in my family. That was the most hurtful to me because I believe we're all entitled to mistakes, and I believe we're entitled to those mistakes without having every other respectable and redeeming part of our lives invalidated. So does that mean his wife is down with him banging dudes?
Yeah, I guess that's my question.
I mean, I don't. It is what it is.
I don't think my wife would be down with it. You know.
Well, I mean, I don't think she would be that surprised either.
No.
Like
no.
if cloning were a thing, if you could clone, you would be staring at yourself and making out with yourself and fucking yourself all that. She would go away. She would never fucking get any of your time anymore.
No, not at all. It's all about me, obviously.
Yeah. So it is what it is, man.
Yeah, but that is going to be a tough one around that household.
Yeah.
Because we've all met dudes or had friends where it's just like, hey, man, you know your significant other is probably gay, right?
Right.
And and they don't see it for whatever reason. I've worked with people who hit it, and they were married and had kids or whatever, and I was like, why are you even attempting that right now?
I don't know. I mean, I worry about the guy because I worry about bisexual men in general, and it's because like you're so horned up as a dude that now you're in a situation where every person you run into is someone you might be potentially attracted to, like male or female. That just like doubles your chances of being frustrated.
Yeah.
Or making mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I worry about that guy.
I do too. There's a lot of people getting into this sleep aid right now for different shit. Obviously, you and I look, to this day, I will go to the grave with killcliffcbd.com, for real. Drink a can of that every single night. I had a can of it last night after when you guys were over before I went to bed. I love it. Nothing is more relaxing than that, and that's what I do. But a lot of people are getting in on it. Pepsi is launching a drink to get in on the $1 billion sleep aid industry. I was not aware that was a thing.
I mean, all they do is they take one of their beverages and add fucking melatonin to it. They add 3 milligrams of melatonin, and that's it. And but look, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But Killcliff doesn't have melatonin. It's not a sleep aid.
No, not at all.
Killcliff is a CBD beverage, and it's made for all those things. Yes, it will help you sleep if CBD or cannabinoids in general address any of the issues that are causing you to not sleep, right?
I've had melatonin before. I've tried it numerous times. It does nothing for somebody like me.
It wrecks me. Like,
really?
If I take 3 milligrams, I sleep really well. If I take any more than that, I'm like hungover for a full half day afterwards.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. I really don't.
Melatonin just doesn't do it for me. It's it's never been my jam. Never been my thing. Pepsi, though, if they're getting in on it, Jesus Christ.
It must be working.
I guess so, man. I've seen a lot of that shit pop up. As someone who's always had trouble sleeping their entire life, like none of that shit has ever worked except for like Xanax, to be honest with you. Even fucking, what's the other one that's pretty intense for people?
Ambien?
Yes. That has never worked at all.
If I take Ambien, I get super fucking sexual, like blackout in the middle of the night.
Really?
Yeah, it's happened before, yeah. So, warning to you out there, Britt.
Anybody who's doing Ambien together with Dan Holloway, you might want to put a little pillow between you guys.
Well, there's only going to be the one.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Brittany was asking about the strawberry. It's September 14th. It starts shipping, which is today.
For Killcliff?
Yep.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm looking at their website right now, September 14th. It says pre-order, but pre-order starts shipping today, so get those pre-orders in.
I am going to go to killcliffcbd.com today and use it. By the way, promo code Drinkin Bros will get you 20% off and free shipping there. I told you, man, they recognized my email and all that shit, and they identified me as a host of the show.
I'm still slipping under the radar.
I'm not, dude. And they were like, oh, your promo code's already here, fuckface. And I was like, God damn it, man. Makes us look good. Since we're getting on a plane today, there was an article on CNN that I read this morning. It was called, Is the Great COVID-19 Airplane Seat Overhaul Actually Happening? Look, this is, I think, been everybody's dream at this point.
For there to be less seats on each airplane?
No, more room. So they want more, like...
yeah, but the only way that's going to happen is if there are less seats on the plane.
I agree.
Because they're not gonna lose money.
So you've heard about this before, and so have I, this glass safe, which is it's a concept where seats are fitted with protective shields. I don't want to fucking live in a world like that at all.
Just kill me.
But give me a bigger seat, and I'm all about it.
Just kill
any
me.
day of the week. Yeah, dude. Oof. But in order to put the plexiglass up, that means you don't have to fucking touch other passengers. And at our size, that's all we do.
I would like it if no one
other
could talk to me. Like if it was possible for no one to be able to talk to me, that would be dope.
Have you ever flown in one of those the pods? Like on an international flight or anything?
On like Virgin and shit. I've flown Delta first class from where was it? I don't remember where I was flying, but yeah, it was maybe in Puerto Rico or some shit. But yeah, I was in. There's like 6 of them up in the front.
Yeah,
those are dope,
dude. I slept in a pod that I was completely isolated from everyone else, and it was fucking incredible. I remember waking up. It was a long ass flight. I forget what it was, but I remember waking up, and I was actually angry that the flight was over, which has never happened to me in my life. But I had everything in that pod that I need, and there was like a little button where you just ordered shit, and then they just put it there. And I was like, this is the greatest thing of all time. I could fly anywhere with that type of shit.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Yeah. As I've never taken, have you ever taken a private jet?
No.
No, me neither.
No, I wouldn't really. They crash too much.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the good ones, though? I'm not talking like a Cessna or something like that.
Oh, yeah, I would do that, yeah.
Yeah, like a real one, like a fucking Tiger Woods private jet. I haven't taken one. But I imagine with that, it's the same thing where you're like, dude, all right, once you start flying this way and you're used to stretching out, sleeping and all that shit, you're not going back.
It'd be
to the
tough to go
regular
back,
shit.
yeah.
After that pod, man, that's what set me off. I was like, come on, dude. Come on. Now's the point in the show. We get to the Drinkin Bro of the Week, D'Anthony. This one was submitted by Rich Tilden from North Carolina.
I know who that is.
He says he's been a Drinkin Bro since day one, and he put that in all caps. All caps. And he's nominating Major Mike Donahue. Reason for the nomination, he says, hey, brothers, I'd like to nominate my friend from childhood, Major Mike Donahue, Auralborn. He might be, he might want to say airborne on that. It might be a little typo there.
It's probably airborne, yeah.
Because there's an L instead of an I. That's my guess. I don't know. He says, Mike was killed in action September 16th of 2014 in Kabul, Afghanistan, by an IED. He was only 2 weeks shy of coming home and retiring after over 20 years of service. He was a maverick. He says Dan knows what a maverick is and is respected and loved by his men, and he was a grunt at heart. I still have our last conversation saved on my Facebook Messenger. I read it often and miss him every day. He's the type of man that we all strive to be. Till Valhalla, Mike. I love you, brother. Thanks for letting me send this to you guys. Cheers.
Yeah, thanks for sending it.
Thanks for sending it. Cheers. Cheers to you, Rich. And everybody out there, man. Again, we read these live on air, and they're always fresh. We don't pick through any of them. Whatever they are, and we read them. You can make your submission at drinkinbros.com. And while you're there, if you want to get a little Buttersoft Tri-Blend tea, feel free.
Yeah, we should have some updates on all the merch here in a couple of days.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, those shirts are only like $19.99. Drinkin Bros shirts. They're great. You've got a Dots Pretzel shirt on today.
Yeah, I do.
I feel like you changed the world with that.
I definitely changed Dots. Like some Drinkin Bros fans saw me eating them on the show and was like,
well, you talked about them too, because I remember what it was. You were eating them on the show, and I was like, what is that? You were like, these are the greatest pretzels ever invented. Yeah. And I said, look, pretzels are pretzels. There's no way to make these fucking things better unless they're spicy or you got something in there.
Yeah.
You slid me over a bag. No lie, Dots Pretzels was the most delicious pretzels I've ever had in my life.
They're the best, yeah.
They ended up sending you like 40 pounds worth to your house after that episode, which was awesome. They're not a sponsor, so I don't really care. We're just big fans of Dots.
We are.
And
I've got 4 mini bags in my travel bag here.
Do you really?
Yeah.
So afterwards, I would say within the course of like the next 6 months after we did that show, they are at the front of every gas station that I've been to across this great nation. Right. And I've had to drive 2 cars back and forth now.
Well, they were trying to make their way to the East Coast. And I was like, well, we are the most listened to show in North Carolina. So we could probably make that happen. And now they're in Savannah and Wilmington. They're all over the place now.
I saw them in Louisiana.
Yeah.
Mississippi.
Which is good. I mean, I don't care about like the sponsor aspect of it. It's just they're the best. And I want them to be everywhere for my sake. I don't give a fuck about their company. necessarily.
Right.
Like I like their company and they're cool people and shit. But for me, it's more about the convenience
and the access to the
yeah,
pretzel.
I need the pretzels.
Yeah,
so
I get it. I get it. If there's some in the Austin airport,
they're in Pennsylvania now too, according to Ruben.
Are they?
They're fucking everywhere, man.
Because we've got a flight out here in about an hour. Luckily, we're only about 5 minutes away from the airport here at the office in Austin. So we're gonna get on out of here, and I hope they got some dots at the airport.
Well, I've got some on my bag.
I'm gonna butt blast some. Yeah, but I don't want to take your dots. I mean, those things are fucking white gold, dude. I don't want to take your shit. So we'll look at the airport. I'll give it a little look-see.
And thanks to Jared Taylor, by the way, for coming out for the show today.
Yeah, look at him. I don't know who made that portrait.
It was his buddy, the Casey, that was here, his high school friend. Remember?
Oh, was it really?
The guy that works in production now.
Yeah. It's great. Look, we're going to see Jared tonight here in maybe 4 or 5 hours, and then we'll be doing shows with him. So look out for those, and then Dan and I will try to get to the spreads here.
Yep.
We had a massive fucking NFL weekend, dude. So good. If you're watching the live show now, I'll tell you this on YouTube, and then sorry for the audio folks, but I'm not going to touch the Monday night games because I won so much money yesterday that it would be it would be fucking unfair of me to just give my money away to 2 shitty games that I don't have anything going for tonight. But man, did we crush!
I did pretty well. I think let's see, 6-3 yesterday.
My biggest bets. Well, look, the 2 locks of the week that we called were New England minus 6.5, Buffalo minus 6.5, and then that Baltimore game. Dude, I haven't picked the Redskins over the Eagles.
I bet that one too. So I guess technically I'm 7-3.
Yeah, yeah, man. So
because I like the Eagles, man. Sorry, guys, for you Philly fans. I know we got a lot of fans up there in Philadelphia and South Jersey that love the Eagles and shit, but man. You gotta fucking. Somebody actually sent me a really funny meme, and it was Carson Wentz. It was like that meme with the 5 black dudes sitting behind the tiny white girl or whatever, and it was Carson Wentz, and it was like Chase Young and the rest of the fucking linebackers and edge rushers because they lit his ass up.
Chase Young, dude, does not fuck around, dude.
No, he is a monster human being.
Beast of a man. We'll be live from you with you tomorrow from Nashville at some point, or pre-recorded live, but we'll be live. I hope. If not, shit, this was our last episode ever, and if the plane goes down tonight, you'll know why. So,
we'll see you in hell.
Yeah, we'll see you in hell. For Anthony Holloway, I'm Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin Bros. Good night, everyone.